What's up, world? It's sunny up in this bitch today. It's a bright, sunny motherfucking day, isn't it? Yeah, man, I just got up from this download. I was like, put on a shirt. And I don't care a fuck if it's wrinkled or what. Put on some shades. I'm feeling good today. Saturday, it's what? 12:08. You know, the 9th. August 9th. And I just got this download like maybe 5-10 minutes ago. You know, I just woke up from this dream, and I got 2 or 3 things I wanted to say today. 2 of them about to download today, and then one more download I forgot to mention a while back. But I'm trying to remember that one right now too. I'm like, damn. But anyways, I'll remember it. If I forget, I'll shoot it on the next video. But god damn. So in this download, right? Hey, oh yeah, before I start. Hey, you thought, okay, 1,000 wait 2.5 years. 16 months, 8 months, 2 more months, and then I gave Trump opportunity to tell the whole world, let's go to war, come on, damn it, come on, let's do it. And then Trump was giving all the time in the world, to get ready, hot and ready, and get your shit lined up. And I'm like, fuck that, you making me wait too long. When I say I want it, dog. You making me wait too long. So what did I do? I pulled back a little bit. I said, no. Richard, let's figure this out. Come on. Because that way is not the right way. There's something else that I'm missing. I could feel it, spiritually. I could see it in the signs. It wasn't the right way. It wasn't the right way, right? So last night I had an encounter of really who I really truly am. And I said, what the fuck am I even talking about? Richard, you're the ruler of all nations. It's time to rule all nations now. Fuck China and one at a time. Not one at a time, but like, it's time to rule them all. All of them. Islands, oceans, under oceans, satellites, space. Any enemy of mine is going down. They're going down. Elon's getting sued, Even the George Bushes, bro, they living off my land. Even the Bushes, bro. We don't talk about that because it's not time yet, but it's time that it's not just the Hillarys and the Obamas that live off my assets and my land and cars and suits, and they're all capping, bro. It's all cap. They live in a fake life, acting like it's all fake, bro. The presidents back then, they were puppets. You know what I'm saying? Stealing from your royal king, goddammit. And because they stole, they had to play a lie. They had to live a lie, say lies, make it sound good and juicy. Remember, but not everything that's glitter is gold. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to make it sound juicy. Every word for word, But behind the scenes, they plotting on playing chess while they see you doing checkers, thinking you don't gotta play chess. You could have fun playing checkers, but behind closed doors, they playing chess. They making moves, setting things, and here I come rising, destroying it within 6 months, breaking all their motherfucking plans, all of Satan's minions and Satan's plans that he has planned ever since fucking Jesus Christ rised from the dead. We're talking about 2,000 years back, and I'm already destroying all his monopoly, all his plans. So yeah, you're gonna find out a lot, man. Everybody that try to defame my character, you know what I'm saying, spread lies about me, said I sell ass, and That sounds funny as fuck. By the way, that's funny, dog. I'm gonna laugh for the rest of my life hearing that shit. That rumor is gonna make my motherfucking day, dog. If I ever hear somebody say, "Hey, King, remember when they used to say you sold ass?" I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna fucking laugh. But the only motherfuckers that I'm cool with could say that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yeah, nigga, I know. But someone said that shit, I'll be like, bitch, I ain't even cool with you. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be saying shit like that. It's funny, yeah, but I don't know you like that to laugh at you like, laugh with you like that. You know what I'm saying? We're not cool, like I said. I'm only gonna have access to people that deserve access to me. You know what I mean? Give and take, give and take. If I show you loyalty, show it back. If I show you respect, show it back. You know what I'm saying? And you got it. If I don't have that in return, or if I don't see that projected onto my life right away, you're cut off, bro. You're cut off. I'll be like, hey, remember when I first laid eyes on you? When I first met you, woman, lady, whatever, I smiled, you didn't smile back, you gave me the evil eye, remember? You're out. I don't like you. I don't need you. I don't need that negativity in my life. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to play little fucking elementary games with you, middle school games, high school games. I'm an adult. I could cut you off easy. Easy peasy. I fall for girls, right? I fall for them like every single one. But I have a crush on a lot of girls out there, right? Fucking celebrities, models, people in my city too. Not people, but women in my city too, right? And as I try to engage with them, I get hit with negativity, right? In my spirit, and in their spirit, they get hit too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. But it's not the truth. It's just people projecting that onto me and her. At the same time, while we're trying to connect, you know what I'm saying? Every time we're connecting, they project it, you know what I'm saying? Through the camera, through the curses, and they just cock block it, you know what I mean? And I'm like, God damn, let a nigga do his thing. He's been MIA his whole fucking life. Every time he tried to fall in love, you fucked it all up. Every time he tried to have a family, you fucked it all up. So yeah, he deserves to be a bachelor if he wants to be a bachelor. Yeah, he deserves to get married. He wants to get married. It's his life. You don't see me butting in your life. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a bachelor, be a bachelor. If you want to be a married man, one woman, be a man who marry one woman. If you want to be just main chick, you know what I'm saying, have a main chick, and you be her main dude, and you don't want to get married, but you want to have a relationship, that's it. I don't care. You're not forced to get married. If you don't want to be married, you don't want to be married. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get involved in your fucking love life. That's not my department. My department is to rule our nations, make sure everything's balanced in order. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everyone's happy and at peace. I'm not here to dictate everybody's goddamn life all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? That's not my position. Now, if you're starting to be a hypocrite, or you're starting to lie and lie and lie and lie and never say the truth and stand on business like I do, then I'm gonna red flag your ass. We're gonna investigate your ass, and we're all gonna decide together. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this nigga's a liar. He has no integrity. He just does this to get what he wants. He's selfish. All of Satan's traits. He doesn't have no angel traits in him. You know what I'm saying? Then we're going to do judgment on him. Simple as that. Just like Elon. Elon says he's going to do all this. Just like Facebook CEO. I'm doing one AI worldwide. One banking system worldwide. And these elites try to copy me and do their own. When they do their own, when they try to copy me and do their own, they put their demonic spin on it, right? They don't want righteous. They copy my righteous spin, and then they turn it into chaos. You know what I'm saying? So immediately, if you follow their AI, they're going to use your information, hacking your information, take all your information and use it for their benefit to take your ass out. That which means your love life, your personal life, your private life. You know what I'm saying? Everything, everything. Me, yeah, I'm gonna have all information data on everybody, but just because you look up porn, oh, I'm gonna blast you out. Nah, nigga, I don't care if you listen to watch porn. If you watch porn, hey, maybe you're a single father, a single man. You know what I'm saying? Your kids are at the mama's house, or you're a single man and you're just fed up with women. You know what I'm saying? You're going through a fucking hard time. You're going through fucking mud right now. You're going through a rut. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to fuck with women. You just want to bust, relieve, and then go back to fucking work again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't know. Or maybe you just, whatever your personal desire, right? Do I have the right to fucking tell everybody, oh, this nigga just watched porn? No, I do not care. I do not care. As long as it's 18 and up, I do not care. Everybody that's doing 18 and down, you know, now you're getting, especially if it's like 12 and younger, bro. You know, 12 and younger, especially if it's 7 and younger or a toddler, nigga, your ass is fried. Completely fried. Now, I've been debating on this for a long time, people, and I'm going to be honest with you, too. You know, when I was 17, according to what I learned, you know, and what I've known, you know, throughout, you know, historical ages and all my ancient knowledge, right? I could go real deep with this shit, real deep. You know, but I'm not going to go that deep till another time. But right now I'm going to address this, you know, not address it, but explain this to you. You know, when you're 17 here in Texas, or at least where I'm at, you're able to have curfew. You're able to go out past 12, right? And supposedly you're able to be charged as an adult when you're 17. Supposedly. If I'm wrong, correct me. But that's what I was told, right? But then I started to see that only 18-year-olds get locked up. But then why is it that when they're 17, they're able to go out past 12, the curfew, you know, stay at a park or hang out at a neighbor's house late at night or whatever? Because when I was young, when I was 17, I was already past that, you know, staying out late and all that. But like right now, it's 18 and up, people. It may be later, 17, drop down to 17 with the parents' permission. You know what I'm saying? The parents know you, met you, and they're okay with you. You know, maybe. I don't know. But right now, it's 18, people. Don't just stick to 18 and up, bro. Don't go below that, okay? Just don't. If you have the feeling that they're younger than 18, you know, pump the brakes and pull back. I don't care how old they look, how, you know, if you just have a little that there might be 18 younger, just pump the brakes and say, hey, I want proof, you know, tell me the proof, you know, tell me the truth, you know. And these other individuals have to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? They have to, you know, if they can't prove it with their ID in person, you gotta tell them to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't, they'll get in trouble for not saying the truth either. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth sets you free, people. That goes for the kids, you know, not kids, but kids, teenagers, old teenagers, 18, 19, you know, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It goes everybody and anybody. The truth sets you free. The more you lie, the more you got to cover up your lie. The more you got to lie again. And by the time you know it, you're buried in lies, and then boom, everyone sees it. Just like right now, everyone sees all my ops are just lying. They're just flat out liars. They don't know how to say nothing the truth. There's no truth in them. Because they're so used to stealing my money, they know if the second they say the truth, that money goes away. You see what I'm saying? They're living a lie. It's all fake. It's all capping. It's all front, dog. It's all front. So, man, I gotta address this. I feel good about it. Nothing Oh, anyways, nothing wrong at all. And back to my download, right? It gets better. Towards the end, it gets even way fucking better. But right now, I'm talking about, I was like in a news station, right? You know, where they broadcast the news, like world news. This was world news. It wasn't local. I don't know if it was MSBC or I don't know. It was some world news station that I was in. And I saw the TVs over there, and then there's tables in the middle, and then there's a bunch of employees sitting down together, and I was like, I was a new person, you know, a brand new employee, sitting on the outside, just peeping, hearing the words of everybody was talking about, and everyone was talking about my enemies, you know, how fake they were, and how they're the problem, and this and that, and I was out of it. And it felt good to hear that my name was, you know, in the clear for once. You know what I'm saying? Now they getting blasted at for being fake ass snakes and frauds and shit and fucking roaches at thief. You know, ricos and liars and murderers and hypocrites and fucking all of the bad shit that a human being should never be. You know? And there was this one girl sitting next to me. She was particular. She was thick. Real thick chick. You know, thick. And curvy and shit, and later on I saw her body. I was like, God damn, when you stand up, whew, oh God damn, I told myself when I woke up, God, I said, if this girl's, you know, whoever this girl is, I need to meet her one day. I gotta see that curve. I was all shit. I was a red flag. Stop right now. Stop what you're doing, red flag. You better quit your shit. You're gonna be in trouble, girl. Nah, it was a green flag all day. But nah. So I was there, you know, sitting next to her, and then she hands me a paper. She gives me a pencil, and everyone's signing their names on that paper like we all agree to, you know, what's being said. And I signed my name, and I punctured the paper with a pencil. I said, oh fuck, I pushed too hard. And I started, and my name was all fucking guacha, bro. I wasn't even wanting to write my name. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even in the mood. So I was just, I looked at the paper again and said, damn, they probably won't even know who fucking name is this. I gotta rewrite it. So I started rewriting it again, going over it again, and then that's when I saw her stand up, walk into a room, and she got my attention. I was like, God damn, this girl. I was about to holler at her like, hey, come here real quick. But she went in the room, dog, and I was just like, my mind was other places, you know what I mean? I was still shocked and overwhelmed to hear that the heat's off me and it's on my enemies now. Because I'm walking in my power. I know who I am. I'm the ruler of all nations, so I need to start ruling all nations, you know what I'm saying? All kingdoms, all nations, all islands, ocean, space, air, Mexico, cartel, everything. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to go hurt the Mexican president. No, dude, I love her, bro. I want to be on the beach with her and the beach with the European president, you know, lady one day. You know, one-on-one, maybe together, you know. And the rest is history. But that's what I want. Even though they're older than me, they don't matter, bro. Age is just a number to me, you know what I'm saying? It's the heart, it's the vibe, it's the energy. It's the passion, it's the thoughtfulness, you know. It's all the above, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things, you know. And they just need a man to protect them, bro. They just need a man to lead them, you know what I'm saying? Especially the Mexican president, dog. That she's overwhelmed. She can't sleep. She's like, fuck. If I let them invade, if I let King, you know, and the president invade Mexico, what's the backlash I'm gonna receive? You know what I'm saying? Because I look at the stations, and I see their face change. They used to love me, but now that they know that I'm gonna attack any day, they're scared, bro. They have that face like, you kind of let us down, King. We don't want, you know, we don't want war with you, you know. And I was like, war with me? You're not at war with me. I'm not at war with you either. I'm at war with the cartel. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it mixed up. Don't let flying monkeys tell you, oh my God, we're at war with Mexico. No, we're at war with the cartel. Mexico and the cartel are two different things. I love my Mexican people. I love them. There's a lot of bad ones in there, and there's so many good ones there. Angels, bro. Angels. Humble ass niggas, Mexican niggas, my niggas, that are just straight up real G's that I would fucking chop it up with, drink fucking margaritas, tequilas, Patron, on a beach with, eat fucking grapes and, you know, watermelon and drink out of a fucking cantaloupe mixed with Patron, silver, you know what I'm saying, on ice. I mean, I got a lot of plans, right? Got a lot of with fucking with ice and horchata with some cinnamon in it, a little shot of Patron silver. I mean, I don't know. I got ideas that I want to try. You know what I mean? Tell my bartender, hey, try this out. I'm gonna write a note, put all this ingredients in it, and bring it back to me. If I like it, I'm gonna hook you up. We on to something. You know what I'm saying? We on to something, dog. We gonna invent something, and you'll be the main bartender. You know, to cast it out on TV and shit, and I'll be in the background. Yeah, nigga, I thought of it. You know what I mean? But this guy right here is gonna be the one to chop it up, blend it together, and serve. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's what I want to do with all my friends, all my peeps. You know what I mean? All my people, bro. All the ones that from this day forward look after me, serve me, protect me. You know, love me, pray for me. You know what I'm saying? Not worship me. Don't fucking worship me. The worship goes to the Lord, bro. But glorify me, praise me. You know what I'm saying? Honor me, respect me, bow to me every time you see me, every day. If I don't see you for a week, but I see you again, just bow. You know, out of respect. You know, don't get on both knees or one knee. Just bow, bro. Just put your hands on the side and bow. You know, out of royalty, you know, out of respect, out of honor, you know, out of love, integrity, out of, you know, recognition. I recognize what you've been through and what you're going. You know, I recognize who you are. You know, I know who you are. I'm aware of who you are now. You know, and I love who you are. You know, and I just want to let you know, I honor that. You know, and that goes long ways. You know what I'm saying? If I see that, I'm gonna be like, I'm always gonna come to this restaurant. I'm always going to come to this hotel. I'm always going to tip them. I'm always going to bless them, look after them. I'm always going to kill for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they know who I am. They love me. I love them too. You know what I'm saying? We're like family. You know, we're like family. You know, and they honor me as their king, bro. That's all. First, honor me as your king. Then after that, you know, we could chop it up, laugh every single time, even if we bond, hang out, you know, chop it up, say jokes, doesn't mean you can never bow to me again. You got to continue to bow to me every time you see me the next day, you know. Not bow to me every time you look at me the day, you know, every time you lay eyes on me, bow, bow, bow. No, just one time, bro. You know, let's say I'm going to pick you up tomorrow. We're going to go to the Virgin Islands, you know what I'm saying? Or the private islands in my yacht. You know, when you lay eyes on me, and you're coming up to my yacht, and you walking up to my yacht, and you're already in front of me, bow, bro. Bow, and I'm gonna be like, thank you. Shake your hand. Come on, let's party now. You know what I'm saying? That's like your password to my presence. That's like your password to my respect. That's like my password to your protection. You know, that's like your password to everything that a king could offer you. You know what I'm saying? If you continue to be loyal, respectful también after that, you know, but just don't bow and be a fucking lunatic after that. No, but still remain, you know, humble, remain human. You know what I'm saying? With dignity. You know what I mean? Integrity. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a dictator. I'm a dictator. Oh, look at him. He drank 4 beers. I told, you know. No, I don't care if you drink 4 beers. Hey, we just won this war. You deserve maybe 8 and go to bed with your girl. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, because you might have a little buzz after 8. You know what I'm saying? Good buzz. Like me, I can handle 4. 6, I'm ready. Like 8, I'm like, man. 12, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have a headache. You know, this especially with Budweiser. Fuck that. Especially with Budweiser. But Bud Light, I can handle like 8, 6, 8. And I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. Budweiser, 6 beers, and I'm already like. But if I ever drank 12 like I used to when I was younger, with liquor, and I had a headache, dog. Like the sledgehammer whacked me in the head. Cotton mouth. I had to drink fucking milk when I woke up. That's all I wanted was milk, dog. Milk was the only thing that brought my body to life again, dude. But yeah, I'm not a dictator like everybody do. When I went to prison, bro, they had too many fucking politics, bro. Like you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. I was all, damn, nigga, like, can I even breathe? No, you can't even. What the fuck? Fuck you and all these niggas, dog. I'm gonna wipe all you niggas out. I'm a king and ruler of all nations, dog. And one day you're gonna know that. One day you're gonna see that, feel that, witness that, hear that, go through that. And you're telling me I can't breathe? No. Okay. Bet, nigga. Bet. All you Thongo Blast Bloods, motherfucking Aztecs, GDs, you know, some of y'all aviators probably won't make it. Some of y'all. Because I know not all of y'all cursed me. I know not all of y'all, but I know some of y'all. A couple of y'all did. A couple of y'all did. So be ready to lose a couple. But at least you ain't losing. At least you ain't gonna lose all. The Crips, I ain't gonna fuck with no Crip because they never fucked with me, dog. In the street or in the pen. You know what I'm saying? They never fucked with me. Because they never fucked with me, that I know of, I'll never fuck with them. I'll protect them. I'll look after them. I'll give them intel. You know, I'll guard them to victory every single time if I ever see a threat coming their way. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure they make it untouched. As best as possible as I can, I'll make sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want them to get touched because they didn't touch me, so why should I let them get touched? You know what I'm saying? Now, my Texas Maine niggas, they made, bro. They made. Yeah, they had to go through some fucking hits, you know what I'm saying? Some spiritual hits, physical hits like I did, you know what I'm saying? Because we were outnumbered, you know what I'm saying? But we have heart. We have integrity. We have patience. We have everything that those other niggas don't have. And the Crips are learning off of us. You know what I'm saying? The ABers are starting to learn off, you know, how King's ways are the right ways. You know what I'm saying? Instead of lashing out at every battle, you know, jump on every war. You know, that's not the, you got it. It's all about timing. It's all about strategy. It's all about putting things in order. You know what I'm saying? You can't just all the time lash out. Yeah, you can, but who's to say you're going to make it out alive? You know, you might push the envelope too far like I did and always fucking die, and you're going to have to come back like me. You know what I'm saying? But you won't make it back. You'll end up dead. You know, so that's what I'm trying to tell you people. Like, you know, I pushed the envelope goddamn far because I wanted to see how much I could take, how much they could take. You know what I'm saying? But I realized, but I'm a ruler now of all nations. And I'm going to prove it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show it right now. Today, I'm showing it. Everything's in order now. You know, I saw it in my downloads, you know, media-wise, you know, truth's coming out. People that try to hack my YouTube, you know, try to hack my Facebook, try to hack my, catfish, you know, all the girls that because you know, all the crushes that I like, you know, I always screenshot. So later in the future, I could download all the girls that are on my phone and give them to my higher ups, and I'm gonna say like, look, I want all the girls that I screenshot, right, on a portfolio, and then I'm gonna be like, one day I'm gonna be like, you know what, I dated her already, I haven't dated this one, oh, hey, I'm gonna reach out to these right now, see what's up, put on my first class flight over here, and then take it from there. You know what I'm saying? So when I meet all these girls, you know, that I met in the past, especially my exes, you're gone, bitch. Son. You got karma coming your way. God's gonna deal with you. Anyways, and my daughter too, My first daughter, she's gonna do 10 years at least. If she does good and starts changing fast, she might do 5. But if she don't change the first 5, she's gonna do another 5. If she don't change after 10, she's gonna do another 5. If she don't change after 15 years, she's gonna do another 5 years. And she won't come out till that 5 years is up. She may change after 11 years, but she's gonna still do the other 4. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna add 5 after 5 after 5 after 5. Till the bitch learns to obey me, respect me, and honor me. You know what I'm saying? And stop acting like she's above me, like she don't know me. And she could curse me, you know, out of disrespect. Nah, man, I ain't gonna put up with that. I brought her in, well, God did, but I did too, you know. I brought her in this world. She's stupid. What the fuck's wrong with her? She's gonna learn. She's gonna learn the hard way, dog. And she ain't gonna do easy time either. She's gonna do the same kind of time I did, you know. Maybe not exactly like me, because she don't have that anointing to make it out alive. You know, she don't, dog. She'll end up dead if she got hit like I did. You know, she'll die, bro. She'll die. But she will get her ass kicked for sure. I know there's gonna be girls in there like, how dare you disrespect your fucking our king, your father, you dumb bitch, you know, spit on her, make her feel like the way I felt, you know what I'm saying? The shit I had to go through because of her and her mom and everybody she rode with in the secret society. You know, all my enemies, all my ops. She joined all my ops. It's no secret. It's only obvious. So she's gonna have to learn the hard way, just like my ops. Cause she's working with my ops. She's worshiping, you know, like my ops. She's praying like my ops on me, you know, plotting on me like my ops. She's killing for my ops if she could. You know what I mean? She's evil, bro. My daughter's evil. She used to go into the restroom and stay in there for 2 fucking hours, dog. 3 hours if you would let her. In the restroom. Locked in there. Doing Satan rituals in the fucking restroom mirror and all that. And then when I would go in the restroom, the energy was so thick, it felt like hell, bro. The energy was so thick, it felt like hell. Like she was just baking in there, just spiritually baking in there, dude. And I was like, God damn, she'll be cursing the toilet, the water, the knobs, the mirror, you know, hygienes. She'd be doing all her rituals and magic in there, dog. And I would always tell her, you know, Michaela, get out already. And she wouldn't talk. She'll just stay quiet. She wouldn't even answer me. But when my mom would say her, it's time to get out, she'll fucking listen to her. I'm gonna fuck all that shit. You gonna listen to me, bitch? Yeah, I'm calling you a bitch, because you are a bitch. You act like a bitch, I'm gonna treat you like a bitch. You wanna act like a woman, I'm gonna treat you like a woman. You wanna act like a normal human being, you're gonna be treated like a normal human being. But you wanna act like a bitch ass roach stealing from your dad, a fucking witch, or whatever the fuck you are, a narcissist thing, it's all about you, I'm gonna fucking treat you just like the way you are. And the world too, until we all see that you're not one of them no more. You're one of us, then okay. The word will come back to me. I'll have dreams. I'll have prophecy. I'll see it. I'll get downloads. I'll see that you're changing. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell God, whenever she's ready, bring her back. You know, whenever I see she's ready, know she's ready, I'll get her ass out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Or prison, whatever. Not jail, but prison. She's going to prison, bro. She ain't going to jail. She's going to prison. She just didn't fucking cross the line with me. She crossed the line with everybody, bro. She was involved in organized crime. She pretty much sold her goddamn soul. You know, but when you sell your soul, you didn't really sell your soul. You just signed a contract. You know what I'm saying? To the devil. Which means he has leeway over you. He has a lot of blackmail shit to, you know, if you fuck me over, I got all this shit on you. You know, and she don't want to go through that. Because she knows she did a lot for the devil. You know what I'm saying? That's just not her, though. That's everybody that signs contracts behind my back. And Freemasons, Illuminatis, and all that, right? But anyways, back to that news broadcaster, right? And then the download changed to I was in the backyard of my house here, right? In this house. I was in my backyard and it was at night. And I saw a CIA drone and I saw jets. You know, planes and jets, fighter jets and planes. And the CIA drone was flying right over me, right over my head. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at it and it was at nighttime. And I see a lot more fighter jets coming on the right side over here. And I'm facing that way, you know, this way. And they're coming this way. And I'm looking at them come directly my direction. But I'm a little bit to my right side and they're shooting bullets. Maybe about 80 rounds, 100, few hundred rounds coming out of the jets. And they're shooting it towards my direction. And it pissed me off. It got me mad. It got me angry because I was like, are you coming to threaten me now? Are you shooting at your king, goddammit? You know, what the fuck? Are you serious, nigga? You know I could blow your plane up right now just by thinking about it? And I kept my cool. I said, fuck. If those bullets are really meant for me, it's gonna hit me. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit me. I said, come on, bitch. Hit me then. If you're shooting at me, hit me. Hit me, bullet. Hit me. And I was like, you can't kill me. You can't, but it might come towards me. I might feel that it was a threat. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't feel no bullets. I just saw the bullets. And I knew they were going to hit the roofs, the backyards, and everything. And I was waiting to hear those bullets hit. Because they were shooting and then you could see the flame of the bullets, the red, you know, when the bullet fires at night, you can see the red, the tracers. And I see the tracers falling and falling, and I didn't hear it hit the roof. I didn't hear it hit the backyard, and I was fucking shocked about that. I was like, what the fuck? It's like they vanished in thin air. And then the jets kept flying, right? They took off. They didn't come back around or nothing. They just kept flying. And I said, just keep your cool, Rich. Maybe they just wanted to know that it's, I don't know. I was thinking other things now. I was like, maybe they're telling me it's time for war. You know, maybe they're just warning me, you know, we're coming at your enemies next to you. Because they're firing right next to me, you know, at my direction, right next to me. Like, and I was even concerned that those bullets were going to hit me. That's how close they were firing at. You know, I was like, God damn, these bullets just might hit me, nigga. Like, if they hit me, I'm going to blow your plane up right now. You'll be like, dust. You're dust, bro. I'm going to dust your ass in this fucking sky. That's it. But I didn't hear no bullets hit me. I didn't hear no bullets hit the roof, the backyards. And the planes took off. And then I saw more planes still, you know, doing different routines in the sky. Man, I must have saw about hundreds of planes and jets. Hundreds. I saw hundreds just from my backyard. And I probably saw like 1 to 5 CIA drones. You know, with the four blades and shit. And then the next day, the download turned it right away after that. It started to become daylight. It wasn't night anymore. It was daylight. And I was in my backyard still. Like, it just, and within a split second, it was daylight. And I said, because I had 2 downloads like this. The first one was the news and the helicopters, and I didn't like that first one. But this download I got, I liked it. I liked what I felt. I liked what I saw. I liked what I witnessed, you know, because this is where it changes for the better. Instantly when I saw that daylight, I still saw more jets coming, you know, throughout the daylight changing. I saw planes coming back to back. This way, same direction. So we're going to war with somebody, right? Because I'm ruling now. I'm like, I know we're going to war. I know as we speak, we're going to war. As these words are being said right now in this video, we're at war. And we're going to war. And I'm ruling. Every enemy camp, every enemy dog. I'm ruling theirs. I'm ruling. So, And then I witnessed this badass futuristic jet that nobody's seen before. And you seen that one in Las Vegas, that one they posted? It looks like a jet made maybe 1,000 years from now. Well, that's the kind of plane that came to my house. It wasn't maybe that big, but it was a little smaller. And it had it looked like the Predator fucking. It wasn't a UFO, but it was like a Predator jet, like that movie Predator with the aliens and shit. And it had like a sharp beak to it, and it curved down, and then the wings curved down. Instead of straight, like a F-18 Hornet, a straight point, or a F-35 or F-Raptor with straight wings. Nah, the wings were bent down with the sharp tip points, and then the nose was sharp tip points, like my Phoenix. See how it bends down, the beak of the Phoenix, like an eagle. That's the way the futuristic jet looked. And I said, finally they're using my brand new technology. Finally they're using all of my NATO shit too. Finally we're gonna use the shit we need to win these wars. Finally, because it's time now. I'm ruling. I don't give a fuck. So I'm cooking. It's funny because I was cooking ground beef, right? You know how you make hamburger helper or whatever with ground beef, burgers or whatever, right? You smash it, right? Or you chop it up, however you need to cook, right? But usually I flatten it. I will flatten the ground beef, I'll flatten it out, cut it in like fours or whatever, depending on how big it is, and I'll flip it, and then flip it. You know what I'm saying? Once that side's cooked, I'll flip it, cook the other side, and then I'll start chopping it up. Right? I'll start chopping it up, but I had a big slab of ground beef all flattened out, and I'm cooking it, and then this futuristic jet shows up. I said, okay, we're going to war. Fuck yeah, whatever, right? I guess it ain't. So I'm going on my life, cooking this ground beef. And then this jet shows up, and it's hovering over my front house. And it's going lower. Instead of high up in the sky flying, the drones were low, the jets were higher, but the drones were flying real low over my house, real low. And then the futuristic jet just came, and it was just hovering over my house and moving like this. Like it was curious if we should land, And in my spirit, I was all, land, nigga, don't be scared, land. And as soon as I said that, boom. As soon as I was saying that, land, nigga, boom, it lands. So I was like, if they get up in a few seconds to take off, then I ain't gonna waste my time walking over there, right? I said, let me give it a few seconds. I counted to like 5, 10. I said, oh shit, I guess it's time for me to go check it out. See who these niggas are, right? So I'm going through the backyard, through my driveway to the front yard. And I have my meat, dog. I didn't want no birds or cats or somebody to fuck with my meat, dog. Cause I'm so traumatized with my food. I gotta keep an eye on my food 24/7. Especially in this motherfucking location. So I grabbed my slab of meat and it's hot, bro. It's still all greasy and shit. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't want, cause I didn't know if I was gonna leave or I didn't know nothing. So I took my meat with me, dog. I'm hungry, right? I'm like, shit, and it's all fucking falling on my hands, and it's hot as fuck. And I didn't give a fuck, dog. I just didn't want to lose that food, right? Cause I'm broke, nigga. I don't have no goddamn money right now in my hand. I'm rich as fuck, training there, but they don't want to give me my motherfucking money. Make that make sense? So I have my meat, dog. I was like, just in case y'all motherfuckers, pull a fast one on me or act like the feds back then, or whatever. Asking me questions when I don't need to be asked questions. I need answers, goddammit. I don't want to be asked questions. I want answers. I want to know shit. I'm tired of being in the goddamn dark, bro. I want answers, goddammit. And I saw the tailgate fall. Like the Snook military jets, where they load up the Marines and they jump off in the sky. parachute down all the way to their mission, you know, their location to do their missions. It was a tailgate like that, boom, and it falls. And I saw two soldiers in dark green military jumpsuits, Air Force jumpsuits, dark green. And yeah, I think one of them was open like this, a little bit, right, just to get air. I guess it's hot in there or something. And he's on this. You could tell he was talking to the president, you know, Trump. And he tells Trump right away when he saw me, he says, "We got eyes on him. Yeah, he's walking up to us." And I heard him say that. I was like maybe 20, 25 feet away, 30 maybe. And then I'm walking and getting closer, and he's talking to Trump. And Trump's telling him, how is he moving? Is he moving like he's mad? No, sir. He's calm? Yes, sir. Does he have any objects in his hand? Yes, sir. He has food. Looks like a slab of meat. He's telling him everything, dog. Trump, right? And I finally approached the soldiers of mine, you know, or the Air Force or whatever, and he was nice to meet you, sir. And he didn't know what else to say after that, so I just, instead of letting that awkwardness linger around, I was like, "What are y'all doing?" He was like, "None. We're just came to see if," and I was like, "What, if I'm ready?" He was like, "Yes, sir. So y'all are here to pick me up or what?" He's like, "Yes, sir." Like, right? He picked his head up, like, "Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, sir." You know, like, "Yes, sir. That's what we were planning on too." But I heard him tell the pilot was in the front. There's two pilots and two guys in the back, and it was a roomy jet. You know, it was all flat in the bottom. It had 4 chairs, maybe 5 or 6. And then it had shelves on the back sides. Everything was metal though. It was all metal. I said, "Damn, where the microwaves at, the radio, the AC, dog. Y'all need better chairs than this shit." As fancy this fucking jet looks in the outside, y'all need to figure out a way to make this shit fucking VIP inside. Cause this shit ain't gonna slide with me, dog. You wanna pick me up like this again? I mean, yeah, I'll ride with you. I ain't no fucking hoe like that, you know. I know how to fucking man shit out any goddamn day. I've done that my whole life. But y'all are my fucking military, dog. Y'all deserve better than this. You know what I'm saying? I was a little upset with that, what I saw. I was like, I understand you gotta have military grade equipment for, you know, just in case you get shot at and all that. I understand that. But goddamn, you can make the seats look a little better. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, you could have a little air fryer every now and then. You know, micro fucking radio. You know, you better have some badass AC in this motherfucker too. You know, if you're gonna do long flights. You know, I don't want you sweating like fucking pigs in this bitch. You know. Damn, bro. But I wasn't all bad focused on that, right? But that's what I witnessed. You know, right away, that's what I thought as soon as I laid eyes inside that cockpit. You know. And then the soldier was like, "Yes, sir, we're here to pick you up, but that's only if you're ready, sir." And I was all, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready, because you know why? You didn't show up with guns on your waist. You didn't show up with fucking questions, you know, interrogation me, you know. You came at me with, you know, with respect. You came at me like with honor, you know, and with patience. You didn't fucking rush me. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm ready. I said, but before I go, I said, y'all thirsty or what? I ain't gonna ride with y'all. I gotta have something to drink, you know, chips, something, dog. I said, y'all said, I got some things, man. What do y'all want? And he's all, soda. One of them said, a soda. I said, got it. And then the other dude was like, I'm whatever. Like, he didn't want to say nothing. I was all, you want chips? Whatever. I'll bring some chips, dog. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. And I said, ooh, when I walked away, I said, I got cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I'll bring some chocolate chip cookies, right? See, in that dream, I was thoughtful like that. And that's the way I am in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to... And the pilot was all excited because I guess he was thirsty. You know what I mean? He was like, fuck yeah, I want a soda right now. And I was all, got you. Well, when I went inside my house, you know, usually when I go get groceries, I got it. But 2 weeks later, I don't got it. And the other last 2 weeks, I gotta fucking figure out how to survive the last 2 weeks. I got to, you know what I mean? So, anyways, I come back inside the house and I told him, I said, give me like 5 minutes, bro. I'm gonna grab a few things and I'm gonna come back out. He's all, you could tell he was like, damn, I hope the president doesn't tell us, you know, like he was like, yes, we'll give you time. I know, you know, I want to give you time. We will give you time, but we hear something else, you know. Like he was stuck in like, and I was like, don't worry about it. I was like, I told him, I said, just give me time, bro. I'll be back. All right. And he was like, he finally let go. Like, okay, like fine. Like, yeah, I'll chill. I'll relax, jam out, whatever. I come back and I had TV dinners. I don't know why I brought TV dinners and air fryer food, right? I guess I was thinking about bringing more shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I brought that shit. And it was funny. I tore up the ground beef and I just threw it on the side of the floor. I was like, fuck, I'm leaving. I don't need this food. Now it's finally time for me to leave. And at that time, I was like, I'm either going to go to a military base and engage with these wars with my military for finally for once, you know, and be their king and leader and guider, you know what I'm saying? And their victor with these rules, you know, be their victor with these rules. We're going to win, bro. We're going to have the victory. You know, I'm going to guide you to that victory. I'm going to make sure we get that victory. I'm going to get that victory. And we are. Once I get that victory, we all get that victory. So, I was like, I'm either going to go to a military base, engage, you know, with my Marines into these wars, with these, you know, with all these wars, or I'm going to go to the promised land. You know what I mean? Or maybe go see Trump, which I don't know if he would even, I don't know if he would even allow that right now. I don't know if he would even like that or even want that. I don't know. Now, if Trump came at me like this, with patience, and not fucking guns pointing at me or fucking guns on their waist, you know, or just normal human beings, you know, not acting cocky, just with just honor and patience, you know what I mean, and respect, not talking too much, too less, you know, just being normal human beings, bro, just being themselves, but with honor and respect. Shit. And Trump came at me like that and picked me up, I'll be like, and if he said, and if the soldier said, hey, the president wants to know if you'll be not, you know, willing to meet him right now, I'll be like, fuck it, yeah, I'll meet him. He came at me correct for once in his fucking goddamn life. He came at me correct. Since he came at me correct, yeah, I'll meet him. And the soldier, if the soldier, they didn't get that far, but I'm letting you know how to engage with me. You know what I'm saying? How to win my presence. You know what I'm saying? How to win my honor, my respect. You know, how to win my power to protect you as well. And he was, you are. So I was like, if he ever told me that, yeah, I'll go because he came correct. See, the first download I got many months ago, I had the military choppers and news flying over my house. I still had not Vincent but another Mexican cartel tracking my every move whenever I leave and come from the house. He was following me when all these planes were in the sky, right? And I saw that nobody was coming to me. Y'all were just shocked. Y'all had this look of shockness. See, but these military guys that came in this download was like, we're shocked, bro. We finally see our royal king, bro. The chosen one, bro. They were shocked too, but they landed. You know, they didn't have weapons on them. They didn't come at me as a threat. They came at me like, you know, we're giving you a chance to, you know, not giving you a chance, but we're here to see if you're ready for us to, you know, if you're ready to go with us to the next plan that we got for you. And I'll be like, well, plan, okay, well, now that after this plan does happen, let's say it does, from this day forward, I make the plans. If I agree with everything, boom, it's agreed. You know, I agree with all the plans. But if I don't agree for whatever specific reason, I'm gonna tell you no. I do not agree with this because I need this. I don't see this yet. I don't know this yet. This has to happen still. You know, this is out of order. You know, I'm gonna be telling you straight up, this is not the right thing. But if y'all come at me like this, with respect, no guns, I don't have a fucking gun. I should have fucking at least 10. You know, but I don't have not one gun, but a fucking kitchen knife that I use to cut avocados with. Or a steak. Or watermelon. That's all I got. See, but like if you come with no guns, just chilling, normal human being, you know, like the way I saw in this fucking dream, this download I got, bro, it made me so happy, bro. I even went back in the house. I said, nah, I can't bring TV dinners. I got to get Cokes and sodas and chips and all that. But when I came back in, I realized I didn't even have anything, dog. I was so upset. I said, fuck, I gave him my word. You know what I mean? I said, fuck, all I got is canned goods. And I realized they came when I didn't have the last 2 weeks of food. My first 2 weeks, especially the first week, you know, I got shit. You know what I mean? Especially the first week after I get my food stamp. And then the second week, I still got a little bit, you know, enough. And then after that, third, fourth week, I ain't got shit. So when I went back in, I realized, fuck, I don't even have sodas. I hardly have like maybe 5 or 6 cookies left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got, you know, I was upset. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to go back to my soldiers and tell them that I didn't have it. Nah. I'm gonna buy them fucking cases of fucking sodas. You know, I was already telling myself, nah, I'm gonna buy him cases of sodas. I'm gonna buy him cases of cookies. Buy him cases of chips. You know what I mean? For not coming out, you know, for not being a man of my word. I hate that shit, dog. So I was upset, dog, that I felt them. You know what I'm saying? And it was just something that little, dog. That fucking little, chips in a soda. But it fucking pissed me off that I didn't have that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a real goddamn king. I didn't have no chips or fucking soda, dog. And then the soda that we have here, I don't even drink because it has fucking cornstarch, dyes, and all that shit too. And I didn't even want them to drink that shit. So I had to figure out, I can only give them the soda that I would drink, right? And I still didn't even have that. I was upset. I was upset with this world. I was like, oh, damn, bro. When everything is said and done, I'm going to buy y'all cases of this shit, dog, on a pallet. So y'all could have a whole year of fucking soda, a whole year of chips and cookies or whatever. You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But this is what I saw on my download. That's how I felt. My heart was pissed. I was pissed, bro. I was angry. I was angry that I felt them. You know, that I didn't have those few items. You know what I mean? But in reality, just a few days ago, I started packing my backpack with candies, hygienes, you know, my pictures, all my important pictures that I have. So when I grow up, not when I grow up, but so as I live my life, I could show my kids, you know, our history, you know, so I could have memories, you know what I'm saying, as I grow in life, continue to grow. You know, I could show my kids, look, this was your father, you know, your dad when, you know, when he was a little king back then. You know what I mean? You know, this is your brother when he was a little prince back then. This was you when you're a little princess. You know, you didn't know, but this is you right here. You know, shit like that. I want to have memories like that, right? So I got them in my backpack. You know, I got other things prepared too, just in case shit goes the other way. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I got to prepare myself for all these other plans. I got, just in case things. But now I'm starting to realize I don't think I got to go this route no more. I don't think I got to take that route anymore. I think I could just get out this bitch and come, fly out this hole straight out my front yard if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Just like in this download. I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight, tomorrow, whatever. It may not even happen next month. It may happen months from now. It may. I don't know. But I do know that was something to witness. That was something important for me to address. So when the higher-ups hear this message, or Trump, or CIA or the FBI, just know that worldly-wise, things are falling in order. And I know it. I feel it. I see it. Because I was fed up waiting on my enemies to come to me. I was like, I'll just go to y'all, dog. I'll just go to y'all, get all y'all, cartels, all the cartels in this world, especially in Mexico and here in Corpus, South Texas, California, MS-13s, all y'all Aztecs, all y'all Mexican mafias, all y'all tangos, all y'all tango blasts, all y'all Bloods in Cali here, all y'all, even in prisons, bro, even in jails. I'm gonna rule you. I'm gonna rule you. So, yeah, anyways, I was so happy, though. At first, I was mad because they were shooting my direction. And I realized maybe it was just because they wanted to let me know, I don't know. I had a lot of maybe this. Maybe it was because of that. Maybe because of this, right? But don't you fucking fire at me, dog. Don't you ever fire at me. If I ever fucking see someone fire in my direction, dog, that's it. That. You don't do that shit. And if you're coming to pick me up, you don't need no goddamn weapon. Maybe you could have it on the jet, hitting or whatever, but don't carry it with you. Don't make me feel like I gotta have a weapon también. You know what I'm saying? Now, later on in life, when I trust you, and I start trusting you, and I see that I could trust you. I'll be like, look, when you pick me up, I'm gonna need you to have ARs. I'm gonna need you to have a few AKs, rocket launchers, grenades. Yeah. I'm gonna need that. But when you first meet me, I don't want to see none of that shit. I don't want to see no motherfucking weapons. Because when I see a weapon, I'm gonna feel like, okay, I feel like I need a weapon. When I see threat, they see what I'm saying. See where I'm coming from. But like what I witnessed in that download, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was peaceful. It was patience. They didn't rush me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I knew I was pressed for time. Like I had to make it happen within like next 10 minutes. But I was like, well, I gotta leave my clothes here. I can't really take much. Maybe a couple of bags, snacks, a couple of bags of shit, and I'm out. But in reality, I already got that ready. Today, right now, this second, in real life, I got that. I'll leave I might even take my flags if I got enough time, but that's it. My 2 bags, my flags, stuff them in my bag, my pictures. I might take my couple of hats, maybe one of my pair of shoes. I don't know. If I could fit all this shit, I'm gone with all this shit. But if I can't and I gotta get out of here quick, I'll just take what I can get out of here quick. And then get the rest of my belongings whenever I can. Maybe the same day after, as soon as I leave, U-Haul come get it, whatever. That'll be perfect. I'll love that. I would respect that. I would like that, okay? I would. Because I don't want to lose the little bit that I have here. I don't. It's not that I want to hold on to everything and be like a fucking... I don't even hoard nothing. I just got a few little simple things like pictures of Jesus, my crosses, my life, my rest of my clothes, shoes, my hats. And some of it I'm gonna end up giving it away, pass out, because I know I'm not gonna wear all this, but I still have it just in case. My bike, I like my e-bike, bro. I like it. It's my first e-bike. It's fun. It's durable. It's strong. It's kind of light for the size. It's pretty fast. It has its days where it's not too fast, and then it has its days where it's pretty fucking fast. It's simple. It lasts a pretty long time. But I want better ones. I'm gonna make better ones. But I like this one. It's a good starter one. You know what I mean? And that's it. A few little items. That's it. That's it. Maybe I just need maybe like maybe 5 to 8 boxes, big boxes. Not big jumbo, big ass. No, just like good sized boxes, like a 2x2. You know, maybe like 5 of those. 8, for sure 8. 8 big boxes, and I'll have all my shit in a fucking U-Haul or the back of a truck. You don't even need a big ass truck or nothing. None of that. Everything else stays here. I don't want nothing else. Just what's in my room. I would like to grab a couple things in the cuartito back there. You know, for like my ranch, I got a big old tub for the horses to eat. You know, to throw grass or feed for the animals. You know, I mean that's something that I bought that I got growing up. I got a punch bag back there I could still use. You know, a couple tools. You know, a couple of even a radio that's old as fuck, but I might keep it just to have memories. You know, look back. You know, to where I came from. You know, shit like that. But that's it. There's nothing much. There's nothing much. I still got a guitar my mom's holding, a brand new guitar that I got for my birthday. You know, I wish I had a picture of me when I was in baseball that's over there too, when I was a freshman playing for Moody. She still has that picture too. And she knows I like that picture a lot, and I think she's using it for witchcraft. But if I don't get it, oh well, I'll get more. You know, I ain't tripping. But I would like to get that back too. You know, whatever else she's holding. But anyways, man, I can't remember that third download. I can't, not this second. It was anyways, yeah. E for Sue, bro. I'm rolling now, people. I'm rolling, dog. There's a lot of good things to look forward to, man. So I hope this message, you know, goes to the higher ups, which it is. It's gonna go to all the right people worldwide, world leaders. Oh yeah, I had a dream about Prince Andrew. I mean, I was at the beach and a missile came and landed, boom, right behind him, but like many miles back. It's a big missile, boom, and it hit him. And it was a missile where I don't know if it was America. I think it was. It must have been. It felt like it was a beach here in America somewhere. And it was Prince Andrew, and a missile came and boom. And he didn't give me that look like I'm at war with you. I hate you. You know, you're my enemy, whatever. But he gave me that look like I can't believe you're ruling, dog. Like that kind of look. Like I can't believe I finally came face to face with somebody that's more powerful than me. Like I can't believe that shit. I can't believe I'm looking at somebody that's more powerful than me. God damn, like that look. But he didn't give me that look like I'm gonna kill you or none of that shit. But I saw a missile land. As soon as I saw that in his eyes, a big missile just came, boom. Fire came out and everything. And it landed like at the beach, you know what I'm saying, where the water's at. He didn't hit the land, too much land or anything like that. And it was a big missile, dog, pretty big. It was like one of those big ones I sent to Russia a few months back to hit their nuclear sites and shit. It was a missile like that, big old explosion, dog. So I don't know if Prince Andrew's, you know, planning. I don't know what that meant. Maybe he's planning on going to war with me, or maybe he's shocked, or maybe he's letting me know, you know, I'm with you, we're gonna go to war. I don't know what that meant. I don't know yet. I just waking up from all these downloads. But I know Prince Andrew, you know, not King Charles, not his 2 younger sons, the bald guy, the ones that's with Princess Megan or whatever. No, not the Prince Andrew, the older guy. The older guy. That guy's the one I saw in my dream. Not the two younger brothers that always fight about shit. It was Prince Andrew, and you know that out. Last I heard, Prince Andrew was at beef with those two brothers. I think something like that. He was at beef with somebody in the family. Somebody. I want to say it was one of the two younger Prince, but yeah, it was Prince Andrew. I want to say his name's Andrew. The older guy. He's older than me. He's like in his 50s. Probably in his 50s, 60s, man. But yeah. But I think that's it for the day right now, as far as download wise. Oh, and then the media was going around the city, my city, like down Horn, Galahar, Uncle Stores making around Galahar. And she was in a van, that curvy bitch I was telling you about. She was on the passenger and she had like a cover on her door, and they were passing out flyers like letting the world know this is facts, this is facts, this is the truth, he's a liar, he's not, he's the one that's innocent. You know, they're already spreading the word around town, you know what I mean? That I was innocent, that these motherfuckers are the bad guys, you know. These are facts, we got proof, you know, we got receipts, we got documents, we got paperwork, we got emails, we got group chats, we got screenshots, we got, you know, reports, we got everything on these motherfuckers that they were hiding, bro. That they were hiding behind closed doors in the dark. We found everything, all the evidence. We got it. They're done for. So they're driving around the city, you know, in my city, passing out. You know, they're going to different locations to pass out boxes of this information so they could pass out, you know, catalogs and information and paperwork, you know, whatever, to the city so citizens can know and be aware of what's going on. So that's where we are, people. I'm sure this download told me, you know, things are in the making now. War's gonna start popping off, you know, worldwide. Mexico, you know, damn, bro. Like I told Canada, dog. I told Canada already, like, you got a lot of explaining to do, bro. You do. You got a lot of explaining to do. A lot of my people worldwide do. A lot. Even Ukraine got a lot of explaining to do. I mean, I'm not that mad at Ukraine, but I'm upset. I'm not disappointed, but I'm very upset. You know what I'm saying with Ukraine? They're always not there always, but the leader, Zelensky, he's always, I see through him. I know what he thinks. I know what he's thinking, bro. Now he's preparing, you know, to see me at the table, you know, one day. Or he's preparing to sit at the table where I'm at, you know, where I'm going to be at. And he doesn't know what I'm going to say. He doesn't know what I'm thinking. He doesn't know. And he won't know till that day comes, but I'm upset with him, you know. Not disappointed. I'm disappointed, dog. That's one. Disappointed is the last thing you want me to be. Like my daughter, I'm disappointed in her. When I say you cross the line, that's even worse. But my daughter, yeah, she crossed the line a lot of times, but she's my daughter. I'm disappointed in her. I'm still giving her a chance. I'm still giving her a chance to make it, but she has to go through the fire, the fire she set for me, you know. But when I'm upset, that just means that I'm gonna address a few things, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna address a few things, and it better change. It better be corrected, because after that, I'm not gonna allow you to disappoint me. I'm not gonna allow you to cross the line. I'm not gonna allow that. You're either gonna correct your wrongs from this day forward, and then breathe happily ever after, you know, or don't. Be like, you know, be like my enemies, my ops, and don't listen. It's up to you. It's up to you, man. But yeah, it's in the making right now, man. A lot. I'm gonna be at war with Mexico real soon, dog. I'm already fucking hitting them, bro. I'm hitting them. Whether the world wants to talk about it right now or not, I'm hitting them, bro. I'm ruling them right now. May not hitting them like fucking like Ukraine and Ukraine hitting Russia right now, but I'm hitting them. I'm letting them know we're here now. We're here now, bringing the war to your front yard, and we're breaking in your house, and we're gonna kill you, cartels. We're not gonna give you, unless you surrender, unless you fucking give up. White flag, run out the house before we bomb it or raid it. Unless you do that, then you'll make it out. You'll still breathe, but you're gonna get persecuted. You're gonna go to prison. You're gonna go through all that. But if you don't want to go through all that, you're gonna take the war to your front yard, break in your house, hog tie you. If you don't have no weapons, we'll hog tie you, send you to prison. But if you fight back, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna kill you, dog. We see a threat in your hand, a knife, a gun, AR, whatever, bro. We're gonna kill you. So it's happening today, right now, this second. All right, I'm out. Much love. Pray for your king. And Trump, come correct like that. Come correct to me like that. We will have a lot more smoother. I would love to see your daughter become president after you. I would love to see Greg Abbott become president or Ted Cruz become vice president. But I would also love to see your daughter become president too, Ivanka. I would love to see that. She's a beautiful girl, bro. Beautiful girl. She's not, I don't know her that well, but she'll be a beautiful president. But beauty doesn't solve problems either. I gotta know her. I gotta sit down and know her and be like, yeah, this is my next president. Sorry, Abbott. If I decide this, I'll be like, sorry, Abbott. Just continue to be governor, but I'm getting off that wheelchair like I promised. Sorry, Cruz, but you still could be senator. But I'm gonna give y'all raises for everything y'all did for me. I'm gonna give y'all raises. Better resources to have a better life. Better life to enjoy life. A better life to go on vacation. Shit like that. Especially when everything's said and done, I'm gonna be like, hey, I thought about Ted Cruz the other day. Let me call him. What's up, Ted Cruz? Tom Cruise. What's up, Tom Cruise? What you doing? Nothing, man. Hey, let's go to the Bahamas, dog. I got a little work to do with the fam. Bring them with you. For real? Yeah, bring them with you. Okay, all right. Shit like that. Same thing with Abbott. Same thing with my soldiers. Same thing with all the higher ups, the world leaders too. Same thing. So, just come correct from this day on, Trump. Just come correct. The way you did in that download, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I am. I'm ready. I'm ready to get out of here. So, come, if it's, when that day comes, send me to the promised land. And like I said, maybe right now you may need to take my enemies out of my promised land. I don't know if I got people living there still. You know what I'm saying? My enemies living there. If they do, tell my military to take their ass out. Make sure there's no bugs in there. Make sure everything's clean. No mold, no fucking traps, no booby traps. Nothing, even on the land. Use my AI drones to dictate if there's any mines. And then when I get there, I have my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll have my military plant. Make sure so I know and my military knows how we got everything set up. But, yeah. And I don't know if I'm gonna go see Trump, go to the promised land, or go to Europe. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the military bases, and, and execute all these wars. You know what I'm saying? Finish these wars off. Win these wars. I don't know yet, but I'm ready for anything. I'm ready to do any of those. Any of those. If y'all need me to go win wars, I'll go win wars. Just feed me good Make sure I got good hygiene, on deck, good food, nice clean toilet, you know what I'm saying? Nice soft bed. And hey, I'll be a king right next to my soldiers, dog. And we're gonna win these wars. So, you want me to go to the promised land? You need me just to go to promised? Y'all got it? I'll go to the promised land. Well, y'all got it. You know what I mean? With my kids, my youngest daughter, my son. And I was telling myself too, I want Xavier safe. If he's in danger, I want him safe. I don't want him in my life just too fast, because I want to be able to gradually, meet the guy again and know him, because he's not 7 or 5 years old anymore. He's already an older teenager now. He's like 17. So, 16, 17, 18, he's one of those. And then Michaela, I don't want to see her. She's going to prison. My youngest daughter I never met. I gotta have her, bro. She's gotta know me, dog. She's got to know me, dog. And I gotta break all them ways of life that was put on her. You know what I'm saying? So she could know that daddy got me. I don't gotta do this no more. I don't have to act like this no more. I could just be normal. My son too, Richie. And then Xander, I want the same thing, Xander, I want him to be safe with Xavier. If they're both, Xander's not safe. Xavier is not safe either with they're both not safe. But I would love to see them saved from all that. And I will pay for all their protection, all their food, shelter, all that. I'll pay for that. And then in due time, I want them to know me, through y'all. The truth of, who I really truly am. And my plan is to one day, take care of them, and look after them. Watch them grow, live a good, happy, royal life, happy life first. I want them to be a happy life. I don't know if there will be, adopted by me yet. I don't know yet. I would love to one day, probably. I would love to, I would love to adopt them if they become the man that I want them to be. If they become the man I want them to be, I would love to adopt them as my own. I would. But I don't want to rush into that. I know back then I was like, I'll adopt them, I'll save them. But I was like, I still need to know them. You know what I'm saying? But my blood daughter, the one I don't know nothing about, even her name, she's my blood. I gotta get her out of there fast. Whether she's ready for me or not, I gotta take her out of that pit. You understand what I'm saying? She's my blood. She's my princess. She's not gonna go through the same shit Michaela did and then turn on me like Michaela did. You know what I'm saying? She's still young. She could still get saved from all that. She's only 6 or 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? 5, 6, 7 years old. She's still a young kid. She don't know too much about black. She may know a lot of bad, traits, or she may know a bad environment. She may know a lot of bad words. She may know all that kind of shit. But when she meets me, she's gonna know none of that. She may hear daddy cuss every now and then, but it ain't gonna be an evil cuss. It's gonna be like just a talk cuss. Like, that's just the way he is. It's just the way he talks. Whatever. But she may hear some of that every now and then. But she ain't gonna see corruption around her. She ain't gonna see demons around her. She ain't gonna see fake foods around her. Gangsters and fucking gang stalkers and cartels and human traffickers and fucking Illuminatis and Freemasons around her. No more witches and warlocks. She's gonna see angels around her. She's gonna know peace for once. She's gonna know she's safe. She's protected. She's guarded. She's well looked after. You know what I'm saying? She's well respected. She's well honored as a princess. And then she's gonna be like, man, Dad, thank you for saving me. I didn't even know who you were. I just knew that. I don't even know if I even had a dad. I don't know even if she knows me, bro. I think she does. My heart's telling me I think she does know this. That I'm her daddy through her dreams, or she heard that she has a daddy out there. You know, I think she does, but I pray she's beautiful. I pray she's healthy for one. First thing is healthy. I pray she's beautiful. You know, she's gotta be. I don't got bad genes in me at all. Even though I had bad ugly baby mamas, inside now, my kids still come out like Gerber babies, dog. My son, when he first came out, but he grew and he grew. By the time he was 4 years old, man, that if I would have just kept him untouched by all the wicked, well, I couldn't at that time, but if he would have been fed good and raised good from 4 on up, man, but he got attacked just like his dad attacked. So me and him got to recover from all those attacks. You know what I'm saying? Curse by curse by curse by curse by curse. Until we were finally centered again and we were actually the men we're supposed to be. And now, you know, we're going to be that. Once we kill all these minions and attacks and curses go back, and cartels and human traffickers and Illuminati, Freemasons and witches and warlocks, excuse me, we're all going to get our health back, our looks back, our youth back, our strength back, our power back, our respect, our dignity, our integrity. You know, our mental state is going to be more sharper, more clear, because we're at peace. We're not being lied about. We're not being plotted on. We're not being attacked. You know, we're actually living a royalty life for once, you know. And we're being well looked after. We're being well looked, protected. You know, if somebody talks shit, our ups will solve it. You know, it ain't gonna be no more attacks no more, son. No more. So, anyways, yeah, that's the way it's gonna be from now on, man. From this day on, like, you know, just gotta save Xander, Xavier, save them. I would love to see them two combine, you know, live together, because they're boys. They could treat each other like brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know, and if I'm correct, and Xavier wants to be a pastor and wants to be a Christian man like me, I would love, and he's a good man, he just needs to be saved. I would love for him to look after Xander as a young 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old boy, or 3-year almost already. I would love for him to look after. Y'all look after all of them, but I'll pay for all that. But I would love to see him look after him like as a little brother. So when that time comes and we're getting closer and closer to meet, they already see each other as brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I see them as my sons, you know, soon to be sons one day. You know, I still got to know them. I still got to, you know, guide them to the tree of life, you know. And when I see everything meshed together perfectly, fit like a glove, you know, our hearts, you know, our spirits are in line, our frequencies, you know, our energies perfect, you know, I'm gonna be like, man, they're like blood. I gotta adopt them. I gotta tell the whole world, you know, they ain't my blood, but they're like blood, you know. We came far. We came from the pits, the slum, and we're family now, you know. So I want y'all to treat them like family. Like, they're not royalty, you know, blood. They're not my blood. They're not royalty, you know, but I want you to treat them like they're my sons. You know what I'm saying? Look after them like they're my sons. You know, I want them to know they're not blood, because they're not my blood, but I want them to know I will treat them like my blood. I will respect them like my blood, protect them, look after them, you know, provide for them when I need to, you know, and have to. Just like my blood. But I would want the world to know the truth, you know. I don't want them to say, why does he say they're his blood when they're really not? You know, that's not, because I'm not a liar. I gotta tell you the facts, you know. They're not my blood. They're not. He's supposed to be my nephew, but it turns out I was even a fake fake whole life around my family, you know what I mean? They weren't even my real family, so that means he ain't even my blood nephew. He's actually a fake nephew. I was living in a fake family, you know what I'm saying? On my mom's side. So that means he ain't even my blood nephew. Turns out he ain't even my blood. But I call him my nephew because at that time, that's how I saw him. So I'm going to stick to that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Xavier. When I found out he wasn't even my son, now I can't call him my blood son. I could only call him like maybe my stepson. You know, I don't know in the future. You know, I'll be like, look, this is my stepson. He's not my blood son, but he's my son. You know, I'm looking after him like my son, but he's my stepson. But he's part of, you know, he's family. He's family. You know, I'm gonna treat him the same way I treat my other royal kids. You know, I'm gonna look after them the same way. But I want the world to know the facts. You know, these are facts. These are not lies. So the world could say, man, he actually adopted him and he didn't even have to. He could have left him. That he didn't have no strings attached. Why did he even have? But damn, bro, he actually man up and took care of all that responsibility from Xavier. And then Xander, even though his mother and father tried to have him killed, he saved that little boy when he could have just let that little boy die, just like his mother and fucking blood father. Let God and the military and everybody take him out, the fucking government. He saved his murderers' kids. You know, the killers, his killers that try to have him killed kid. He saved their kid and took them in as one of his. If that don't say I'm a good man, I don't know what else that says, bro. I don't know any other man out there that could do that or has done that. Maybe in the military, I've heard stories, you know, that a soldier was going to shoot a kid, you know what I mean? But he realized I was a kid. He didn't know better. Or maybe he took a kid in from a terrorist, you know what I'm saying, that tried to kill him. But I was raised with my sister and brother-in-law. They were doing that every day. Plotting on me behind scenes every day, poisoning my food every day, stealing my inheritance every day, eating 5-star foods in the house while I'm eating TV dinners, dog. Eating poison food while they're eating it, looking at me with evil eye, like I'm the problem when they're the ones. I've heard stories like that in the past. Now, I don't know if it's true, but I heard stories like that. If it is true, I salute you, bro. It takes a real man to do that. I salute you. I honor that shit. Because it takes a real man to do that shit. You know what I mean? Save a kid from a family, from a family that was out to kill you. And you just don't save them, but you raise them as your own. And teach them not to be like your mother and father. Because if you do, you'll end up dead just like them. And now that I saved you, you're going to heaven with me. You know, one day you'll realize what I've done for you. One day you'll realize the deepness of what I've done for you. You won't just see the eye to eye shit. You'll see the heart. You'll see the passion, the sacrifice, the letting go. You know, the ego, the everything. You're gonna see the depth of 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 the depth, and it's gonna crush that child's heart with joy, with respect and honor. God damn it! When they finally see the sacrifices that you made for them, so they won't make it to hell, so they won't go to hell. Not make it, but so they won't go to hell. Or live the life that sends you to hell. Or live the life of suffering, roach ass fucking tendencies. Lifestyle. You know, not tendencies, but roach ass lifestyle. You save them from all that poverty, all that shit. That's what I'm gonna do for Xavier. That's what I'm gonna do to Xander. If I'm correct about Xavier and he wants to be a Christian and a pastor one day. Yeah, I got him. But I'm going to keep him safe first. And then same thing with Xander. I want him, keep him safe. I got to save Xander. I got to keep him safe. He's in danger. I know Xavier is too, because his mother is fucked off witch. His aunts, his grandpa is a fucking pedophile, which is fucking Valerie's dad. And he's a pedophile, and he even worships the Grim Reaper, dog. So he's a cocaine addict. But I don't care if he does coke, dog. I didn't even care that he does coke, right? He still went to work. He still paid bills. But what I didn't like is that he does shit to kids, dog. He does shit to kids. And that's one other thing, dog. I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that. I don't care if you do coke, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, some people I grew up with do coke and they go to work. Some people drink, they go to work the next day. Some people smoke, they go to work the next day. They know how to handle their hobbies, you know what I mean? Maybe that's their hobby. Maybe that's just their way to get through the day, you know? I remember I would work like a slave and I would have to come home and drink one beer to take the edge off, you know what I mean? And I went to work the next day again, the next day again, the next day again, the next day again. Wasn't an alcoholic, I just needed a beer to take the edge off. Rewind my body. Then I got into weed, and then weed was way better. You know, I realized weed wouldn't fucking damage your liver, you know what I'm saying? Weed was just smell better, taste better, feel better. It was just better, 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 better. It doesn't kill you. None of that. So, but anyways, yeah. So I said a lot, bro. I said a lot. Been on here an hour and 36 minutes. So I'm satisfied with this message, you know. And I'm prepared to leave, man. Any day, tonight, today, tomorrow. I'm prepared to leave. I'm ready. But come correct. Get me out of here fast. Send a car to come, a truck. You know, pack up all my shit in a box. You haul it to the storage or a military site. Put it in a facility somewhere where it's safe. I'd rather it be like that. All these material little things, clothes, in a military base somewhere, you know, in a storage unit somewhere in a military base where it's safe, and not where somewhere in the city where somebody could pop a lock and take, you know, the few things that I got, which are not expensive things, but it's personal, you know what I'm saying? It's personal things. So I would love to see my shit go to like a military storage unit space somewhere, or to the promised land wherever I'm going, or something, but I would still need to get my Xbox looked after, my TV, my e-bike, and make sure there's no chips in it, you know, no enemy chips or bugs. Strip it down, put it back. If everything's good, good. If anything's bad, take it out, replace it with my trackers, you know what I mean, or something. So y'all can know where I'm at if I go anywhere, or like on my e-bike or whatever. But alright, I'm successfully done with this video. So stay tuned, man. I'll drop another one another day, or later today or tomorrow, depending on what I receive download wise. Alright. Much love.